Recall when the children of Israel were at Paran and I mentioned Miriam? Well, today we will explore that story. The children of Israel are resting at Azaroth as they journey from Egypt to Canaan. It was here that the story for today took place, and it can be found in the book of Numbers, chapter 12, and it's titled Who is Listening? I am Jay Ann. Welcome to another unpopular Bible story that you just want to love. While the people were resting, Miriam was a little restless as she thought about her brother Moses.
She went to Aaron, who was her other brother, and this was their discussion.
She said,
Aaron, I would like to speak to you.
and Aaron said,
Miriam, what is it?
I don't think Moses should have married that Ethiopian woman. She's the one who has caused Moses to appoint those 70 elders and not us. And has God only spoken by Moses?
You are right, Miriam. Has God not also spoken by us?
While they were talking, Moses was praying, so he did not hear them, but someone else heard. And that person was not pleased at all, because Moses was a humble man and there was no one like him on the earth at the time. Now God, who is always listening, he heard them, and he said,
Moses, Aaron, and Miriam, come out to the tabernacle of the congregation.
So Moses, Aaron, and Miriam came to the tabernacle, and the Lord came down in a pillar of cloud.
Listen to me now. If there is a prophet among you, I will speak to him in a dream and make myself known in a vision. But Moses is not like that. He is faithful, and I will speak with him mouth to mouth, and he is the one who will see the likeness of God.
God was apparently very upset about it, because when the cloud moved from the tabernacle, Miriam had leprosy, which made her as white as snow from her head to her toes. Aaron said to Moses,
My Lord, I beg you, lay not the sin upon us, where we have done foolishly and have sinned. Don't let her be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he is born.
Moses looked at his sister covered with leprosy and must have felt sorry for her, because he cried to the Lord.
Heal her now, O God, I beg you.
God said,
If her father would spit in her face, should he not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her receive the pay.
So Miriam was shut out from the camp for 7 days, and the people stayed in Hazeroth till she was brought in again. I took a trip to Azaroth to talk with the persons directly in order to get today's lessons. But even before I talk with Moses, Miriam, and Aaron, I have a lesson that I picked up from this event. And it is that God didn't stop to tell Moses what was happening. He called all 3 of them immediately. As leaders, sometimes we need to address identified problems immediately and with all the parties concerned. Do not support gossiping, slandering, and hearsay. Based on what is recorded in Proverbs 6 verses 16 to 19, one who sows discord among brothers is an abomination to God. I came upon Aaron first. Hi Aaron, that was some event that you were involved in. Are there any lessons that you can share with us?
Oh, J.Ann, it was such an experience. I was ashamed to have taken part, and even though I didn't get leprosy like my sister, my actions were just as wrong. My advice is, do not criticize those that are in leadership positions. Instead, we are to pray for them.
Thank you, Aaron.
Here comes Moses. You should talk to him too.
Hi, Moses.
Don't be shy, J.Ann. I am a man just like my brother.
Well, I hear that you're a great leader and a faithful man. We can all learn a lot from you. And from your experience, I've already learned that we do not have to take forever to forgive. You immediately ask God to forgive Miriam.
You know, Jan, I didn't hear what my brother and sister said, but I concluded that they didn't like my leadership style. These people are hard to lead, but I am doing what the Lord asked. I don't get it right at all times, but God is still patient with me, so I have to be patient with them. More than anything else, I love my sister, so it wasn't hard to forgive. Forgive and pray for one another that you may be healed. It was hard, and I learned that sometimes those closest to us are the ones that hurt us the most. But this does not mean that we shouldn't be forgiven. And as you can see, I begged God to heal her, and He did. I was a murderer. I killed a man in Egypt. That's another story that we could talk about at another time. My caution is, do not allow one circumstance to dictate who you are. Even though I killed a man, I ask for forgiveness. And today, God is using me to lead the children of Israel to the land of Canaan.
Thanks for sharing, and again we can learn a lot from you. I would love to talk to Miriam.
Well, today is the end of our 7 days, so she should be coming back into camp. You can go out and meet her.
Hi Miriam, I'm Jay-Ann.
Hello, Jay-Ann.
I just spoke with your brothers, Moses and Aaron, and I would really love to talk to you to find out if there are any lessons that you can share from your experience that happened 7 days ago.
There are so many things that went wrong. And I think the first thing was that I took my eyes off my responsibility. Being worship leader is so time consuming. I should have focused on that instead of my brother's leadership style. Whatever is God's appointment for you, do it to the best of your ability. Another thing was that even words spoken in secret have consequences. We were there talking about our brother, and we thought no one was listening. But God is always listening. The greatest lesson for me is that we have to bear the consequences of our actions. Even though I was forgiven, I still had to be shut out of the camp. And while I was there, I spent the time praying, talking to God, and just letting Him know how sorry I was for speaking about my brother in such an unkind way. I really need to go and talk with Moses now. I know he has forgiven me, but I really need to apologize to him again.
Thank you, Miriam, for sharing. Those are some very good lessons. Well, there you have it, our unpopular Bible story for today. Who is listening? It started out as a sad story, but this is exactly what we sometimes do to our family and friends. Let us learn from this story that every word spoken in secret we will have to give an account for at some point in time. Instead of engaging in slander and gossip, speak evil of no man, to be no brawlers, but gentle, showing meekness to all men. Thank you for sharing another unpopular Bible story. And I know that now that you know this one, you will love it too. Bye for now. Keep safe.